Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about squares. So we got different kinds of squares in the room. We have a tri-square. We have a combination square. This one's in imperial and also in metric. We also have what's called a speed square. And we have what's found on most work sites, a framing square. Let's start with a tri-square. The tri-square is used to make perpendicular lines to a square edge. This edge here has been jointed, so I know that this is nice and smooth. This edge here is still rough, so we can't use that edge with a tri-square. We're going to put the tri-square on the end. If this is a good tri-square, we put it tight up against the edge of the board. We can draw a line. That line will be 90 degrees to this edge. All right, that'll give us a nice square edge, easy for jointing and everything else. We can use the speed square the same way. Line up this against the edge, use this face and draw your line. You can also line this up to different degrees as well. Okay, so if I want to draw a line that is at 45 degrees, I can tip this, hold it in place, and draw a 45-degree line. Okay, I can go 35 as well, or 25, whatever I need for whatever it is I'm doing. All right, different sizes there. The combination square is useful because you can do a number of different things with it. You can draw a 90-degree angle, just like we did with the other two. You can draw a 45-degree angle. You can also draw lines that are parallel to this edge. So if you set this to, let's say we wanted 2 inches, we would set this to 2 inches. We would hold it tight to the fence and we would drag it across. We would have a 2-inch wide piece. Okay. Or you can mark 2 inches from the end of a project. If you have to, say, locate a screw hole 2 inches in, that's useful for doing that. And this is a framing square. It's just good for checking larger distances to see whether or not they're square, or drawing straight lines that are perpendicular to an edge. It has dimensions on there, so you could make a mark at, say, 1.5 inches, or a couple marks like that. You could do that at the same at the other end. There it is. And then you could draw parallel lines that way as well. I don't think this is as accurate as using your combination square, but it can be done. One last thing I want to tell you is if you have a narrow distance and you want to draw a parallel line, you could set this to, say, 1/2 inch. Make a mark. Then you could actually use the end of your finger as a guide along the edge of the board. And you could pinch your pencil between your finger and your thumb at the line that you want, and then just make a line all the way across. You can do that for various distances. Right? It's a nice little trick to draw parallel lines or a line at a certain distance. Let's say you wanted screws that were in 3/8 of an inch. You could measure 3/8, draw this line, and then you would know I need a screw here, screw here, screw here. All right, that's it for today for squares. You're now square experts.